Hey folks, welcome back to another Fall Obsession podcast episode. My name is Sam Thrash. I'm your show host over here. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have a very, very special podcast in store for you guys today. If you guys have been listening to the show for a long time, you may have heard in previous years episodes from our annual veteran hunt. And we were blessed to have the opportunity to host this hunt again this year in 2025, bringing it back. And it looks a little bit different than it has in previous years because unlike 2021 through 2023, when we hosted this hunt in Texas, we actually changed locations. Thanks to our staff members, Mike Petrosky and Lawson, McKee, we were able to host this hunt this year in West Virginia and take not one, but two veterans on this hunt. Robert Reeder, our winner this month, and his good friend David, they were both able to participate, and it's an incredible story. I'm not even going to try to explain it or take the time. It won't do it justice here in the intro, so I'm going to save that for the episode. And additionally, we were able to record this episode with the help of another podcast host. Outside of this intro, you guys are not going to hear me again on this episode. And that's because our staff member, Mike Petrosky, he is also the host of the Panhandle Whitetails Podcast. So him and I worked something out to where we could do a collaborative episode, him recording with these veterans in veteran deer camp and getting the complete story at the end of their awesome weekend. And you guys will hear that published as both a Fall Obsession podcast episode here and then again on the Panhandle Whitetails platform. So I'm very, very thankful for Mike and taking the time to help us produce a collaborative episode for this particular show. There will not be a podcast video to go with this podcast episode. So the audio version obviously is available wherever you guys are listening and all the major apps. But we will not have the video version on our YouTube. In place of that, we are going to put out a short film that encompasses all the footage and the experiences that are talked about in today's show. So that should be coming hot on the heels of this episode, and you don't want to miss that on the Fall Obsession YouTube channel, so be sure you are subscribed over there. Wherever you're listening to the show, be sure that you guys hit that follow, subscribe button, and I'll also tell you guys to go look up and check out the Panhandle Whitetails Podcast and follow Mike's show as well. Again, very much appreciate him taking the time to help us with this episode. So be sure that you are subscribed to both our show and his. Follow Fall Obsession on social media, all the major platforms. You will find us there. fallobsession.com is the website. All of our content filters through there. Shows, films, podcasts, educational content. You can pick up some gear in the store, all that cool stuff. So make sure you check out the website. And if you guys aren't streaming any hunting show on Carbon TV, you're missing out. Carbon TV is like a free Netflix for hunting. Hundreds of different shows, podcasts, films, live feeds that are streamed through that Carbon platform, and you will find 4 different Fall Obsession produced shows on that platform. This podcast, our staff-inspired video podcast series called Couch Chats, along with our 2 different hunting shows titled Texas Dirt and Midwest Mindset. You can find all of those on Carbon TV. And finally, I want to give a shout out to some sponsors. Got some discount codes for you guys, so don't skip over this part. But before I get to those specific show partners, I want to give a big shout out to the Bill Garvey State Farm office. They're in Wellsburg, West Virginia. They are the title sponsor for our veteran hunt. Them and many other partners made this veteran hunt an all expenses paid, all-inclusive trip for our veterans. We are very appreciative of them and Bill Garvey and his team for being the title sponsor for this hunt. So appreciate those guys and everything that they did. Hoot Camo is a sponsor of the show. Make sure you guys go check them out. Get you some Hoot gear. Use the code FALLOBSESSION15 to save yourself some money at checkout. They have awesome stuff, guys. You don't want to miss out. Bear River Archery is the official pro shop of Fall Obsession Podcast, located in Van Alstyne, Texas. Justin will get you guys squared away. He's actually working on building a brand new archery shop that's going to it's going to be incredible once it's done, guys. I'm so excited for them. But if you have any archery needs, you're located in the North Texas area, make the trip to Van Alstyne. Justin will get you taken care of. Tell him Fall Obsession sent you. Or if you want to shop online, use the code FALLOBSESSION, all one word, lowercase, to save yourself some money. Finally, the Outdoor Call radio app is another podcast partner. Outdoors Dan from Respect the Game TV. He has an app that you can download on any device and stream hunting shows and podcasts on a loop every single day for free. Fall Obsession Podcast plays on that loop on Mondays. You don't want to miss out on hearing some of those episodes. Be sure that you go download the Outdoor Call Radio app and start streaming today. That wraps up everything from me. Appreciate you guys listening to the show. And we're going to take you now to Veteran Hunt Camp with Mike, Lawson, Robert, and David. You are listening to a Fall Obsession and Panhandle Whitetails podcast.
The power lies within that middle ground.
Hunting transformed my life.
I think you have to be built somewhat different.
That Dale Brisby's a super puncher.
We need to get Pop-Tarts on the next Walmart order. I'm serious.
Is to come into this country and stay dedicated to that. It was pretty awesome.
If it's only for one, then you've done your job.
We have to do what's right for the wildlife, and that's our responsibility as hunters.
Fall Obsession Podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Panhandle Whitetails Podcast. This episode is coming to you from our hunting lodge, and we have two veterans here that won the Veterans Hunt through Fall Obsession, which me and Lawson are staff members through. And we'll go ahead and run through a list of our sponsors for the podcast, and then we'll introduce them, and we can talk about their deer that they got and some of the highs and lows of the weekend that we had, and then we'll just go from there. So, Pure Whitetail, Fall Obsession, Life is Now Outdoors, Bear Track Outdoors in Wallsburg, West Virginia, Valley Harley-Davidson, Impact Aero Wraps, the Moonlight Mafia, Caffeinated Cow, and Heated Hunts. With that being said, we'll start off with David Schumer. He's from Minnesota. He actually nominated Robert Reeder, the winner of the hunt. And so then we contacted him when we got a hold of Robert, and we kind of made it like our goal to surprise him. And when we brought him here, and I'll just let you go ahead and explain everything and introduce yourself. And
yeah, so I'm David Schumer from Minnesota, and so I kind of just nominated Robert because I always promised him I'd take him duck hunting when we were in the Army, and getting eaten by alligators wasn't really my goal, but he's pretty upset about it. So when I got the opportunity to nominate him, I did, and then kind of like you said, you guys called me after you told me that he won.
Yep.
And then you guys are like, would you like to join him? And I was stoked, and I couldn't be happier that it came, and
absolutely,
it's a great time. It was hard to keep it a secret, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah, we had two different we told Robert once he got here, we had two different texts. So I was dealing with you, and then Lawson was dealing with David, and it was hard. It was really hard to keep everything separate and not slip up, and it was tough. It really was.
That's why everybody's name was Buddy.
Yeah. Hey, Bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then our winner, Robert Reeder. You want to introduce yourself? Say a little bit about yourself, and we'll just go from there. So,
Bubby.
Yeah.
My name's Bobby.
Bubby.
My name is Robert. Some important people call me Bob, or Bobby now. 34 years old, just got out of the Army. Best friend here, David Schumer. He enters me in a contest, and then I get a phone call, saying I won, and that was a big surprise. And then this has been like one hell of an experience. Never been hunting before. I'm kind of a city guy, so I never had that experience, and yeah, man, it was awesome.
What a place to get out of the city, Wellsburg.
Oh, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. So what was you like? What was going through you guys' head like when Sam reached out to you, and we had our group calls and everything, and we were going over what was like. You were like, this has got to be fake, huh? Like I'm on MTV Punk'd.
I really thought it was a scam. I was like, there's no way I'm going to win anything.
Now, did you know he had entered you before, like we were calling or anything, or when you got because I think we sent an email out for like further interview, I think, right? Did you get something where you had to fill out more?
I did. So
you had to do that.
I got it, and I don't remember if I even told him what I put him in for. I was like, you're going to owe me later if you get this. He's like, what'd you do? And I was like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to get your hopes up again. I did that once. So I was like, find out what happens. Then I sent him, I was like, yeah, so you got selected for a hunt. And I was like, do you want to do it? And I was like kind of busy that day. He texted me back he wanted to do it, and I was like, okay, I'll go write the rest of this. I truly didn't think he'd even get picked. I didn't know the odds of it, so I was like, it's pretty crazy. And kind of to go on your point about like, was it real or not? Well, I did like some background into you guys. I just happened to like stumble upon like the giveaway, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Kind of like in my post, like I could have put myself in, but I was like, I'd put him in. But then I had to go check and do some research, and I was like, okay, they look legit. Everything looks legit. So I'm not getting scammed. No one's getting scammed here. And then when I ended up on that FaceTime with you, I was like, oh, yeah, this is, like, dialed. Like, this is legit. They're real people. It's going to be a good time. And it was kind of funny because from my perspective, I was like, I don't know. I could imagine it'd be pretty terrifying. I have some hunting background with, like, waterfowl, so less nerve-wracking for me. But I know for him, like, never been out of like a city environment outside of the Army. Yeah. So I was like, you're coming to God knows where and you got to meet new people. So I was like,
the middle of nowhere is where he's coming. Yeah.
I was like trying to reassure him without like telling him the secret.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was tough. Yeah. And then like everyone was supposed to come in Friday and then poor Robert's flight got canceled.
Yeah, we were just pulling into the airport, and then I got the message that it was canceled. So, we had to turn right around and wait like another 12 hours for the rebook of the flight.
Yeah, that evening, yep.
Yeah, I had a knee doctor, and I'm trying to figure out what, when you guys are going to be there. If I was driving back to Wellsburg or just going over to Pittsburgh, and Mike texts me, he's like, I can't make this up. He's like, his flight got canceled. I was like, well, tell him to drive. Like,
yeah.
We didn't know, like, the situation or whatever, and then as I'm driving, we're burning our phones up trying to get everything figured out, and I said, well, we don't have to worry about hiding Robert till David gets here, and then he's like, oh, yeah, and by the way, David is delayed. I'm like, we're just going to go hunting Friday, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, you called, and my dad brought in jerky that he made for the vets, and you called and you say, hey, how's it going? I said, I'm so mad right now. I ate half this bag of my jaw. I'm power chewing this stuff. It was just like everything was good leading up to it, and then all of a sudden it just went, just
yeah, it
fell
seemed
off.
like everything, like a bomb went off right in our plans. But it all worked out.
Oh, yeah.
It was funny, too, because, like, I hadn't talked to you, Mike, but, like, Lawson knew that I was at an hour behind y'all. And you're texting me, and you're like, well, it's 6:45. Aren't you on the plane already? And I'm like, nah, it's an hour behind. And Lawson texts the same thing. You're like,
my brain was fried. I went into work early. I'm like, I've been staying in trim for since 6 a.m. and so. But yeah, so thoughts about the hunt, you guys? You want to talk about some parts of it, or?
Yeah, I guess I'll start off with that. I got in. Obviously, we're waiting on Robert on Friday. It was a really cool first sit. Got late. I mean, everything didn't work out great, but we got there and I actually had one of the best times that Friday night. And
I definitely should get the gun and show how loud the safety is.
You got a pretty good reenactment of it. You got to figure it out.
Well, like he said, the flights got delayed, and then so one step I did not want to miss, which we missed it with Robert, but we shot the gun that day. Was I wanted them to shoot our gun just to.
Yep.
I wanted to be somebody else's fault besides mine if we missed.
Everybody shoots differently. Yeah.
So
yep.
We run, we get licensed, we're getting groceries. We basically walked in here, dropped everything, and left. Straight to the range, and everything was sighted in. And I think it was 3:53 before we even got in the stand for the Friday evening. And at this point, Robert's still sitting at home, licking his wounds like he's not here, but he has no idea David's here. So the biggest goal was we're surprising him with David, and when he gets to the cabin, there's going to be a deer hanging. Wow, you didn't even wait on me, buddy. But we were sitting there, and we busted a couple deer walking in, and we got in a double stand and kind of got settled in. 10 minutes, we had a button buck come in, and I was like, hey, there's a deer coming. I said, just practice getting on it, because up until this point, I really didn't know that David hadn't deer hunted until we talked, on the way.
Yep.
So I told him get on it, and I've got my camera, and I film it coming in. I put the camera down. I look over to my right, and there's another doe coming. I was like, this is a good sign. I said, deer are moving. And I hear, I'm like, wonder what that was. So I'm watching the deer. She's kind of looking at us a little bit. I look over, my man David is getting on the deer. He's not just practicing. He's getting in the gun. He's got it buried in his shoulder. I'm like, hey. He's like, deer in the headlights.
Oh,
what?
yeah.
I said, are you about to shoot? He says, oh, yeah. I said, this is a Sunday morning shot, not a Friday afternoon. I said, we got plenty of time. I was like, deer moving good. And, I mean, it was like a blink of an eye. We had 5-6 deer in front of us. And I'm looking out ahead of us, and I said, put the gun on your shoulder. Put the gun on your shoulder. And, you know, in our scenario, we didn't know or didn't expect, like, how you guys would handle the hunting aspect or, like, and then we kind of bypassed the step of, like, not even thinking, like, okay, put the gun on your shoulder. What's that mean? You know, so it was a learning curve for everybody, but we had a good buck come in and got behind the tree, and then it's Brooke County, so everybody has a quad or a dirt bike, and it's second week of gun season. Every deer, if it hears a twig, it's on edge.
Yep.
And I got the camera on, trying to film him, and I said, as soon as he moves, you guys shoot, because he was getting real leery. Well, we did, and it wasn't a broadside shot, but, I mean, it was where you felt like you should have put it, you know, but we kind of had a strike and a miss, but we definitely put some effort into it. We walked some yards and called in a lot of favors. We actually flew it with a drone to locate him that night and put him to bed, thinking Saturday morning me and David didn't even go to the stand. So we definitely put the efforts in, but I think we had a little low shot, and he's going to live to see another rut. But after that, everything fell together, though.
Oh, absolutely. Well, since we're on David, I guess we'll go over his first. We can talk about you harvesting your deer last night. It would have been.
Yep. So I was I was focusing on a field and where we thought they were going to come in, and sitting there, and it's getting close to the end of the day, and I'm like, it was all bad news for me at this point, because we didn't find the deer in the morning.
He was on a downward spiral at this point.
Didn't find the deer in the morning. And then I get the notification that Robert has now got his first deer. And I'm like, this is not good. This dude is going to hammer on me about
he is rubbing it in.
He's going to make sure I know that he shot a deer and I didn't. And it was not looking good for me. And then Keith, who I was with, he was like, hey, the buck that we were talking about earlier is behind us. I was like kind of starstruck at this point, because I was just like, nothing's going to happen.
Basically gave up at this point.
Yeah. I try not to, as like a waterfowl hunter, you know, it's not over till it's over, but it was pretty looking bad. But as he said that, came back there. Oh, he was like, you got to go. So I was like, okay, this is serious. So then came back there, and he's like, looks out. He doesn't see him. He's like, where'd he go? And I was like, I don't know. I didn't see it. And then I peek out there. I was like, oh, he's right there. He's like, shoot him. I'm like, okay. So then I, took it off safe and got it lined up with my shot and shot it. And then I instantly loaded another round. I wasn't running.
We ain't playing this game.
Yeah, I wasn't running into chasing a deer for nothing. So, watch the deer turn around, take like 2 steps, and I'm like, all right. He stopped for a second, shot another round, and then literally seconds later, he dropped, and I was like,
the celebration began.
I was like, hey, yeah, dude. So yeah,
that's awesome.
It was a great time. I was like, I don't have to go back and get made fun of.
I was actually thinking about sleeping in the truck tonight.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So Robert, you want to talk about like the morning, and then obviously later that evening on Saturday you end up shooting your deer, and I'll kind of jump in and out with you. So.
Yeah. So we finally get here after all the nonsense of the flight delays and everything. We wake up real early in the morning. I was still kind of like, in that haze and confusion, after waking up, and we head right to the deer stand. And I was just in awe. I was like, oh my God, I'm just used to being from the city, and I just didn't know what to expect. So you and I get to the stand, and or the blind, I'm sorry. So we're sitting out there waiting for the deer. What was it? The first day we saw about.
Yeah, that morning.
Like 5 doe.
Saw a couple doe. I think it was like a spike buck or something.
Yeah.
He did the same thing. So I knew they were best friends when I sat with Bob.
And you heard the click.
That doe come out of the woods. I'm here to tell you. He said, "Well, we ain't doing this again." I said, "No, you're not. Don't." I said, "We just got here." Like, yeah, it was like just barely cracking daylight, and I'm like, "This spot we're at this is where the bucks are at."
Yeah, it's been.
So I said, "We can. If you don't get one this morning, and tonight rolls around," I said, about 5 o'clock. If we don't have anything on the ground, we'll shoot a doe.
Anything's going down.
Exactly. So, but yeah. So then, like you said, the morning went. We saw about 4 doe in that spike, and then we go back out for the evening, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, I'm getting nervous. We're not seeing anything.
Well, I wasn't even with you guys, and I'm burning my phone.
You're burning the camera down.
I'm doing on-demand pictures. I'm trying to get video, and it won't do it because I don't have service. And I'm just like, update. And as soon as I see him, you can ask my wife. She's sitting with me. I'm like, why ain't he shooting? Why is that deer? What is he just doing?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like about ready to call Mike and be like, do I need to drive over there and shoot it for you, or what's going on?
So we had a button buck that would come in, and he would eat, and then he'd walk back through the thicket and come back about 10, 15 minutes later. He just kept doing it, like he was burning off his calories as he was going. And I'm just like, this is not good. So I think it was about, 4:15, something like that.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm out there, I'm scanning. We're sitting in a big cornfield scanning, and I just see this deer pop out. I'm like, oh, here's another deer. He's like, oh, okay, whatever. He's watching the does that are at the, feeding. Oh, it's a buck. I don't think I should tell. Hey, your buck's here. And he's like looking at me like
There's no way.
He's like, you're a liar. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, dude, he's right there. And then we end up following him over. It was, man, was it great.
Oh, my heart was pumping.
Yeah. I was like, he's like getting ready, and I'm like, just relax. And he just went like this, just sat back. I was like, just calm down. Just take your time. Because I wish someone would have told me that, because I was like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, terrible shakes and when I shot my first deer. But anyway, so so I get camera turned on, start filming, getting him walk in and everything. And then he just puts it on and squeezes the trigger. He didn't run maybe 10 yards, did a couple wobbles, and just piled up. I mean, and I almost beat him to death. I was shaking him so hard, he probably still can't see straight. I was so excited. It was awesome, an awesome moment. So, but yeah, it was a great trip, and everything actually worked out, and to meet you guys, and this is the least we could do to give back for what you guys did for us.
Well, we are very grateful. I know for myself, I have the opportunities to get out, hunt, and being able to do it with your best friend who didn't get those chances still kind of jerks at my heart. It was cool. It was one of the best things I could have gotten. You guys were amazing hosts and guides, and we couldn't have asked for anything better, quite honestly.
Absolutely.
I think Bob here hasn't had people who are tough to hunt with, so he got a first class experience. It's not always going to be this way, but you'll definitely be even more grateful when you run into some people. But it was awesome. Yeah,
like we told you when you got here, we'd have called in every favor and begged and borrowed and pleaded. You guys were leaving with something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a guarantee, but we weren't advertising as a guarantee, but
we was doing something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What was your impressions of the cabin when you guys?
Oh, phenomenal.
When you pulled in.
It was funny because I had every joke in the book to just get Bob going here with sleeping outside. He has no idea how it is. He's like,
yeah, we're sitting on the ride back, and he's like, I was like, tell him we're in tents with like a little wood stove, just to get him going,
But yeah, I would say it was like I walked in here and I was like, wow, yeah, it's beautiful in here and it's nice. It is.
Oh, it's definitely been It's nice we got everything here. We haven't had to go do anything really.
Just run and grab little groceries here and there.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
The nice part of hopping in the hot tub to kind of relax after a long day hunting. I mean, even that little break. I mean, sure you got to go shower again and get the scent off, but it's nice to just have that
I didn't
relaxation.
get in the hot tub. I just went home and crashed.
We've been running ragged.
Yeah, I am. So my wife asked me this morning. She said, "You ready for the hunt to be over?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I'm ready for a break, though." I said, I'm whooped. I think we started. I mean, other than like all the process of going through, and I'll be off in the numbers. I think we had 60 or 38, or I mean, it was something crazy number that we went through.
Oh, I think it was like 64 applicants.
And then we got 31 of them to read every one of them, and
Yep.
You know, like me and Mike were talking, we were like, you know, who are we to say this person deserves?
Yeah, we're nobody.
You know,
yeah.
But we all, you know, there was a group of us, I think maybe 5, 6 from fall obsession, and really how we ordered it was the opportunities of going. Really is what it came down to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Some guys had a really cool backstory, but you know they got to hunt a lot, or they've been to all these states, never been to West Virginia, or you know what I mean?
Yep.
Robert's just stuck out to almost all of us have never been.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, and then not to mention whenever David nominated him, that was like the most selfless. And he literally put on there, I could have nominated myself, but I didn't because he deserves it more than me.
Yeah.
Like, and that's when we said, like, who are we to say, the hell with it? They're both coming.
Yeah. We called Sam.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think there was 5 of us from Fall Obsession that, like, he sent the final 6, I think it was, and that was the second thing you guys had to fill out. We read back through them, and we put our numbers, like, you know, 1 through 6, and you just order it like your top, whatever. As soon as the email came from Sam of, hey, Robert Reeder won, I'm, like, calling Sam and Mike. I'm like, hey, so here's what do you think about this?
Yep.
He's like, can you guys do that? We're like, absolutely.
He said it's never been done, but if you guys can handle it, we'll
Yep.
do it. And I said, yeah, we can.
And honestly, other than, like, the Fall Obsession getting this all started, we couldn't have done it without the local people helping.
All the sponsors and people that donated. Yeah.
We was able to do, you know, everything was covered for the whole trip. You know?
For nothing.
Yep.
They had to pay nothing out of pocket. They didn't pay for no license. They didn't pay for plane tickets, food. If they wanted drinks, whatever they wanted, it was all included. So.
And that helps just on the aspect of, you know, it's cool to win something, but then you got to afford to go and, you know.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, a lot of people win. It happens more than what you think. People will win something and they can't afford to go
get it or pay for this or that, or you know, and
that's a shame of it.
Very grateful of all of our local. We had some outside, you know. That was part of the Fall Obsession people that helped out, but a lot of our local people really stepped in, and you know, the cabin we're staying in, the camo that Robert got, you know, you show up and you never hunted before. How do you expect to have camo, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, he kept asking. He's like, well, what do I bring? I said, thermals and like a sweat outfit. And I got everything else covered. He probably was like, this guy's on crack. It's 10 degrees where I'm going.
I'm not sure he understands. I don't have nothing but sweats and thermals.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like Lawson was saying, I mentioned a sponsor that donated a full outfit for both of the veterans.
Yep.
So they didn't have to bring any camo, which David did because obviously he's hunted before, but Robert had nothing.
Yeah.
So he has now everything, and I hope this is a kick in the butt, and now he's going to go home and I'm going deer hunting.
Oh, I'm hooked. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like one of the biggest things I was looking forward to this trip was just surprising you guys and meeting up. You know, like when we talked both of you, been a couple years, you guys, you know, hung out, and I was like, well, even just hanging out at the cabin is going to be cool. But then the one video I missed when we walked in and we had all of Robert's stuff lined up, I wish I would have got a picture of his face because he's like, just jaw.
This is for me.
This is all mine. What is this?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I was just so thankful. Like, I would have never have got this experience if it wasn't for you guys. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
It was super funny getting text, and I was like I said, I was messing with him the whole time. I knew too much. Probably had too much power there. Maybe not the greatest thing for Bob, but great for me. And I was just like, yeah, dude, what do you got for Kimmel? He's like, dude, I don't know. He says he has some stuff. I really don't know. And I was like, oh, I know he's sitting there talking to his wife, freaking out.
Absolutely.
Just causing more anxiety than I probably needed to, but I was having a blast because I was like, it's gonna make it better for you in the end.
What are friends for, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. So that's how you guys met, right? Was you're in the Army, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it was actually pretty funny how we really, really met the first time. We just got out of basic training. We weren't at the same basic training together, but we graduated the same day. And so we get to our unit in Georgia, and we finally get sent off. So you stay there for a little bit, and then they send you to your actual unit, like you in process into this base, and then you go to your unit. And so when we did that, they got me my room with these new staff sergeants I'd never met. Terrifying. Like, you're not trying to get messed up by some dude, so you're
right.
just following everything to a T. I get to my room. It's on the 3rd floor, carried all these bags up there. I'm like, this sucked. I don't want to move. Like, let's just put this stuff down and I can start unpacking. Like, get into my room, and there's this old guy in there. And I'm like, what are you doing in here?
This old guy.
Jeez. And I was like, what are you doing in here? He's like, oh, I'm staying in here. And my staff sergeant goes, no, you're not. We just got the key for this room. And there's another dude we knew, and he's like, oh, he's a part of my squad. He's new. He doesn't have a room to stay. They don't have enough houses yet. And I was like, well, buddy, I just slept with 60 dudes in a bay for the last half year. And I was like, this is my room. There's the kitchen there. You can sleep in there. And that's kind of where our friendship started. And then we didn't have cars or anything. So we'd like Uber around and like, we'd like do it together.
Yeah.
And it was funny. One time the girls like, we went like a mile down the road. Like we could have walked, but we just got an Uber and it was closed. And we're like, okay. She's like, oh, I can just drive you like halfway across town. It's like 30 minutes. It was far because like there's a bunch of stop signs. And she just starts driving us, and we're like looking at each other. We're like, oh, dude, we might die.
We just got kidnapped.
Yeah, we're like, who is this? And I think that's kind of where our friendship really started. It was like
our first adventure.
Yeah. And it just grew from there.
Could have been the worst possible scenario. You guys are like, we're friends now.
I don't die, you don't die. We're gonna be all right.
Yep. That's cool. It's really cool. Trying to think, is there any high point moments you want to talk about, like that really stood out to you, over the weekend? Or
I guess just being from Minnesota, like I haven't truly deer hunted. I've sat in stands like 3 times,
Yep.
Never really had a shot. The amount of deer here that like, I don't know, and it could be your guys' work, to be quite honest. But the amount of deer here and the way you guys are able to work them in, it was really cool. Like that really stood out to me as a duck hunter. Like you really got to work in ducks. So like seeing you guys do that with deer, which I didn't know that was a thing in, because like Minnesota, it's like, I don't know, it's so cutthroat. If you have the land, you can hunt, but like if you don't, it's brutal. I've had buddies hunting public and it's rough out there. So I thought that was really cool. And then just like Lawson kind of taught me a lot about tracking. Like I've helped buddies look for deer, but like just the way you can backtrack and like you notice when you're backtracking, it was really cool. So I learned a lot. It was a really informational
learning experience
for me. So that was awesome.
I'm sure once you get home, it's still going to be like, what did he say? Or what happened?
Yeah.
What day is it?
Yeah.
Where am I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really cool for me. Yeah. And then I was just happy. I was happy and concerned when Bob got a deer, but I was really happy that you guys got him on one. And I did think it was funny because like we said, I did the pull up on a doe right away.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, whatever you do, I know you're gonna do it. Just don't do it. I was like, don't
do what I did.
Don't try to shoot the first deer. And then I hear he does it, and I'm like laughing because
it was so funny. Because all I can replay in my head is like, we went over this, and then we went out to hunt. It was that night we talked about it. Yep. He did the same thing. I'm like, what do they teach you in the Army? I was like, you guys shoot first, ask questions later. Like that's.
Well, listen, like at least you were sitting next to him, and like really, your deer were 148
and concealed,
50,
and yeah. Yep.
We're sitting in a stand, and like I keep telling these guys I hate to do it, but I keep referring to him like hunting with my son because you're teaching them, you're trying to point out everything
because they've never done it,
right?
Yeah.
So like. When we were walking today, we seen the scrapes and hook bushes. Like we're trying to point it out. You go home and you'll see the same thing. Deer across the world do the same thing.
Yep.
So I'm trying to like point out different things. Like, hey, there's a salt block there. Every deer that comes up here is likely going to go hit it, or there's a scraper in front of whatever.
Yep.
But when I see the deer to the right, I'm worried about them busting us. Second day of gun or second week gun season, everything's on the edge. So I'm really like honed in on the observing everything, and when I heard that click in the back of my head, I was like, man, if that gun goes off, I am out of the stand. I mean, like
I'm not ready.
No, not at all. Like I had everything in my lap because I was trying to give him all the room I could with my backpack and the camera. I'm like, everything is screwed. Like it's gone. Yeah. I think another thing stepped out to me, and you guys can say otherwise, but all of our friends that stopped over last night and like hung out with us at the cabin, and like Keith coming out and helping us track, and like he wound up taking you hunting because had some things come up, and it's pretty cool to me. Everybody stepped in that like didn't before you guys got here, never said, "Hey, I'll come out." It was like last minute phone calls of me
No problem.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm like, I called Mike. I was like, hey, you guys may have to hunt together. I got some stuff going on. I said, you know what? Give me 2 minutes.
Yep.
And I'm like burning my phone. And like the first person that called, they had their son. But he's like, if they shoot one, I'll bring my buggy and help them get it out or something. I was like, well, don't worry about it. And as soon as I called Keith, he's like, absolutely. Tell me where to go.
Yep. Then he winds up hunting in one of the best spots
when he told me where he's at, I'm like, David's ruined because I know there's a buck over there. And I'm like, that's his first deer. He'll never kill another one.
Oh, yeah. We got done hunting, and we're standing down there at the shop where his brother Mark shot a buck, nice buck. And he was telling David, I said, there's an absolute unit of a deer, probably 170-inch 8-pointer running around on the farm you were hunting on. And Keith would have let you shoot it.
Oh, absolutely.
If it would have came out, he wasn't going to say, no, you can't shoot that one. It was, what I mean?
That meant a lot to me, and I'm sure it did you guys, everybody helping out, and when we needed it, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was what I was about to say too. It's like everyone, also like all super friendly, like kind of like what you just said. Keith would have definitely let me shoot that. Like I could just tell that people are very genuine. That the guys you are surrounded with, and it was very cool to see how, like you said, we didn't know them, and kind of felt like I knew all of them by the end.
Sure.
So it was really awesome, and I'm grateful for that.
Heck yeah. What do you think, Robert?
Yeah, it was a real tight-knit community. I appreciate those guys, meeting all the new people coming over and them letting us on their land and everything. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, it was cool. We stopped and talked to one of the landowners that me and Bob hunted at, and he said, well, I seen there's some deer out there this morning. This was in the evening before he shot his buck. I said, oh, yeah, there's some there. And he goes, well, why didn't he shoot them? Shoot one of them does. I said, well, we was trying to get a buck first. He goes, oh, I got you. Just make sure he shoots something tonight. I said, oh, no. I said, Mr. Ripley, he's going to he'll have a deer shot tonight. No problem. He said, okay, that's good, So that's it ended up working out. It was great. I was thrilled. I mean, I don't think I've ever been more excited. I had shot a couple of nice deer this year, and nothing amounts to.
No, like I said, I wasn't even set with either one when they shot, and I'm like, I'm driving home and trying to rush so I can come back out here, and my wife's like, can you just slow down? I'm like, I got to go.
Yeah.
I was like, it's happened now.
Yep. Yeah, and it was unfortunate. Like I said, he had some things he had to take care of, and then everything unfolded while Lawson wasn't around. And
maybe I was a bad omen.
I wouldn't say that, but we put in a lot of work. I know you did for sure, we've been running cameras at these different farms and putting feed out and everything.
Burning each other's phone. Hey, did you see what time they were there today?
Trying to pattern deer in December. It's just things that people don't normally do just to, like I said, make it.
The greatest thing happened. We had a big front and snow.
Yep.
That helped tie a lot of this together because easy food.
Yep.
That's where the bait comes in, where you can do it. This is the time to do it.
Take advantage of it. Yep. Absolutely.
I also thought it was pretty funny. He was definitely losing his mind because Lawson, he was texting me. Literally, I'm sitting there. I'm trying to sit still, and my phone is going zzz, zzz, zzz. I'm like, dude, who is – I'm like starting to think someone got shot. I'm like, what is going on?
It was an Amber Alert. It was for him.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, stay patient. They weren't here until a little bit last night. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I'm like,
he didn't even know.
No,
he had no clue where you were at.
No, I thought you was in the shack below where you shot your buck Friday.
Oh, okay, so that makes even.
And then I told him where you were, and he was like, "That's even better."
Yeah, I'm sending pictures of deer quartering to, quartering away, broads. I got little dots. I'm like, just take your time, shoot them here.
Yep.
I don't know. You just try to help. Try to make everything, you can't control nothing, but you just try to send everything you can. And I'm texting him, and like I said, when Robert's deer, I'm sitting with my wife there, and I'm just burning up. As soon as that buck comes out, I'm like, hey, look, he's there. I said, Robert got the job done. Then I updated, and I got a picture at 4:16, 4:17, and my battery's low on my camera.
Yep.
So now the uploads are super slow. And now I'm freaking out. It's like 4:18, 4:20, and now the buck's gone. I'm like, okay, I think he shot it. But nobody's called me yet to say he made a good shot. So now I'm texting him shot, question.
Yeah.
What happened, question.
Yeah.
So you weren't the only one getting a text. My phone was burning down. I told my wife, I said, give me the cord. My phone's dying. I said, it cannot die right now.
No, we were so excited, and we were just trying to pack everything up and get back to the side-by-side so we could go down and find it. And then I think you ended up getting a picture not long later, and it was me pulling the deer out of the woods right in front of the camera.
I don't even know if I showed Robert or David that. So the owner of Fall Obsession, Sam, we have a group chat between me and him and Mike for the hunt. And I screenshotted my picture on my trail camera of, I think it's Mike dragging his deer out of the woods. So I sent him this one. That was, you know what I mean? This was Sam's response.
The little baby.
His little baby just yes. I was cracking up.
That's what I told him. I was like, we got, the deer would literally fall into this giant jagger bush. So he's in there and he's like stomping on Robert. He's stomping it all down. We're trying to pick him up. I'm like, let me just get him out of here. So I just yank him, drag him clean out of the woods. But I didn't want him to drag it anyway. I was like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I was like, because if I get hurt, no big deal. I live here. You have to go home. Like,
Hey, I got crutches. I just, they're just going to sit there.
He could have twisted his ankle, like never hunting before, never been in the woods. There was little logs and snow. Yeah. I was like, no, it's like, don't even, like, we even left after Saturday morning, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go run, put a couple bags of feed out. He goes to get out of the buggy. I said, dude, you ain't going nowhere. I said, you sit right there. I was like, I'll take care of it. So, yeah, it was, just an absolute crazy experience. And then, too, to get everything on video, all the reactions, then we'll have something that you could relive if you ever forget, which I doubt you will.
Oh, no.
Because that's what we did Friday night. Like, our whole plan was you guys get here early. We're going to take our time. We're going to go here. We're going to do this. And then we're going to get in the stand around 3. Well, everything got shifted and changed. So by the time we picked Robert up, what time we get cabin? 1?
Yeah, I think we got him like midnight, and it takes about an hour.
So like 1 o'clock we get here. So now you can't just go to bed. We've got to meet the guy. Like, hey, we're going to sit with you for a while in the morning. Then like we're showing the gun, like the tripod. Next thing I know, we got the TV fired up with the YouTube showing like videos of Rhett and the turkeys and like.
Yep.
So like he got to relive all of our memories, and now he knows that he's going to be able to, he can just go on his phone. He don't even have to download or nothing. He just types in, it'll be on Fall Obsession and Panhandle
on their YouTube. Yep.
Yeah, so he'll be able to pull it up and be like, "Oh yeah, is your face on YouTube?" Mine is.
Yeah, no kidding. But Sam and his team, his editors and everybody, they'll take all the everything, the pictures and all the videos we got, and they'll make one big video. And like I said, it'll be on YouTube. You guys will be able to watch it.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, even yours, you'll be a part of it too. Even though we didn't get the deer you got Saturday night on, but everything leading up to that moment, obviously. So
these moments don't leave my head. I can remember if you guys saw the place I went duck hunting the first time, like it was not great. And that's still in my head, and because it's a good memory. So this is gonna stay with me forever. I'm glad that I got to shoot my first deer. You guys also helped me accomplish one of my goals. My buddies back in Minnesota are like, just shoot a doe as your first deer. I'm like, nah, dude, shooting a buck. I was hell-bent on it. So thank you guys for helping me with that one. So
oh, yeah.
They're all pretty impressed. So
no, we were thrilled that we got picked out of the whole team to host the hunt and be able to do this. So
we were excited. We kind of like, I don't want to say in the dark, but we were like waiting around like, man, I wonder what's going to happen. Next thing you know, we get a phone call from Sam. We were like, perfect.
Yep.
That's kind of when all the work started. Like,
it's been. I think it was like 2 months ago, and it's been work ever since.
Yeah, it was good though.
I would. The other thing was, I was pretty starstruck when I got here. I was like, I don't know how this can go. Maybe Bob can kind of talk about this. I don't know. I thought maybe I was gonna get like some 60-year-old dudes who like they wouldn't be able to relate to me. Like, sure, they know hunting, but if you can't talk to a person. Real awkward time waiting to go deer hunting. You only get so many hours to deer hunt. You gotta talk the other time. But I think it was like just genuine conversations with you guys, and it was a good time. Everything flowed, and you guys are great hosts. And it was definitely funny getting here because I was like, and without Bob here, because I was like, oh, it'd be easy. It'll be us two. Oh no, I got myself with Mike and Lawson, and I was like waiting for them. They get out of the truck. I'm like, okay, they seem cool, and then we should just talk the whole way. And I was like, okay. We're safe. This is good.
I'm not getting kidnapped.
Yeah. An hour and 10 minutes into, well, I guess it may be 2 hours into David getting here, we stop up and see JP at Bear Track.
Oh, yeah.
And I needed corn because the whole plan was I put corn out, and these deer have been like I said, we patterned them almost to a T. Like, you put corn out that evening, they're there.
Yep.
So I put corn out the day before, and like, I'm a strong believer everything happens for a reason. Friday night, Robert, not a single buck on camera.
Jeez.
And you didn't get here till late. You were supposed to hunt
nothing.
there.
Like, I was already
Yep.
figuring out how we was going to get him out of there Friday night because it was a guaranteed deal. And then nothing was there, and I'm like, oh, God, my whole plan's coming, like, down. Like, this weekend's – I got to find somewhere else, you know? But anyways, I grab a bag of corn. We're talking JP, and as soon as I pick it up and put it on my shoulder, the whole bag just rolls down my body.
50 pounds of corn.
In the whole building. And I told David, I was like, I can't believe – I said, you know what, never mind. I can completely believe that happened to me.
Yeah. Poor JP, too, that guy. I mean, I love him to death, and he didn't even lose a smile on his face. He walked around the counter, looked at Lawson, and said, you got to be kidding me. And he said, I'll get the broom.
Here you go.
I'm not cleaning this up. Yeah. No, it was funny, yeah. After we went to Taco Bell, we were like, hey, where you want to go to lunch at? And out of all the places we could – we'll eat Taco Bell. I'm like,
I knew I knew we was over then. I was like, oh, I can do some Taco Bell.
Yeah, because
I kept trying to get him to text you and be like, hey man, these guys are like questioning me about you and like trying to figure out what you need. And I was like, tell them that we got them all kinds of kale and like all vegan food, but we don't know how to cook it. And I couldn't ever. I think we all felt so bad that your flight got canceled and you were already bumming and stuff. So we talked about like picking on you, but nobody ever did.
Oh yeah, he was picking. David was picking on Bob before he even got here. We're like, oh, we're gonna get something to drink. We'll have some beers, whatever. And when we get back to the thing, what's Robert drink? He goes, you don't want to know.
Juice.
And we end up with, I think he got Cayman Jacks, and I was like, well, it's not that bad. If you said Twisted Tea, I'd have been concerned. But
White Claws.
Yeah, White Claws.
That's what I say. He's like, you don't want to know. I said, well, let me guess, White Claws. He's like, no, not that bad. I said, whew.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, we should have got him a bottle of sparkling grape juice. There you go, you know.
Get turnt.
Yeah.
No, well, I've had a great weekend. Like, so we left here 2:30 Saturday morning and back here at 5.
Yep.
Walking in the door, everybody's like trying to get awake, and I was just like, time to get the party started. I'm hooping
screaming,
and hollering.
Oh man, I didn't get any sleep. I just
no.
I was already up, but we learned that at the beginning of the trip that I definitely have the waterfall in me. I'm up at 2 a.m, and Mike thinks he's gonna text me early at 6 your time. It's still would have been 5 my time, and I'm like, dude, I've been up since 2. That's where you hit him back with. Oh, it looks like you had to get up earlier to beat David. And I was like,
Yep.
Today was the only day that I didn't wake up right away.
We was all dragging.
Oh no, it didn't.
The excitement definitely.
I pulled in the lane this morning. The no lights are on the cab, and I said, "Oh, I get to wake somebody up." Open the door, and I hear an alarm go, "Rear, rear, rear," and it's not going off. I said, "My man's out."
Yeah, everybody was. We tried to this morning, so we wanted to do try to get him a doe. Just the icing on the cake, and we didn't end up succeeding, but it was like they got to experience like a little kind of deer drive sort of thing, you know. Yep. So, but yeah,
see
it was
some country and
different spots. Like Robert only went to one place the whole trip because he got here late, and then David got to go all over the county.
I feel like I went everywhere.
On everywhere.
Well, he was in my truck, and you know how that goes.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we showed him a little bit of how turkey season goes around here. 100 miles an hour, and
thinking while I'm driving.
That's it, which sometimes is bad.
So,
but yeah, so that's like I said, we couldn't have done it without everybody that donated and all the help from all of our friends and family, and it was it all just came together and worked out perfect. So,
yep. Now the fun start cleaning up and sitting at the airport.
Yeah, time to go relax, I guess. I don't know if I call it relaxing. I was telling Bob this. I was like, if you're gassed now, you see how Lawson is with deer. Just wait till you get around me with ducks. It's not any better. I don't know if you want to come up to Minnesota. He's like, no, I'm ready. I'm like, I see how this is going to go. I'm going to do all the work. We're going to shoot them. And I said, you're going to get in that truck, and you ain't going to wake up until – I said, I'm not even waking you up. I'm going to put everything away, clean up the ducks. and you can sleep in the truck, and when you wake up, there'll be hot food inside.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, though. It's just
that's how it's supposed to be.
Full experience, and you just, we gave him the bug now.
Yep.
It was so funny driving around. Like, we left. I came here, seen Robert's deer, and I was like, "Where's David at? We got to go."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna meet at Key's shop." So on the way there, Robert's like, "I just want to shoot them all." Like,
he's like, "I shot the first one." And he's like, "I want to shoot another one." I'm like, "No, like, we can't." Sorry. As you can always come back to West Virginia and try again, but
we can't shoot no more.
You can't shoot no more.
No more bullets.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, it was tough though. Like I get it. I know how he feels. You get that itch, and now you're.
Yeah.
It's like I wait 365 days a year for that opening day archery season. I'm ready to. I don't care if it's 100 degrees and raining. I'm in the woods.
You gotta go.
Yep.
Yes, the bug started. Now his wife's like, "Well, now he's ruined."
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's all this stuff you're bringing home? Why do we need that? That's what my wife's always like. Do you need more? I'm like, really? You gonna ask? She's like, what? Never mind.
I'm not even asking anymore.
Forget it.
Like we said, he's gonna look like Kid Rock getting off the plane. And he's gonna kick the door in at his house. And
I'm back.
I'm
baby.
a changed man. Yeah. You have any final comments before we wrap everything up? Anything else?
I would just like to thank everybody. Once again, all the sponsors, the community of the people here. West Virginia has been crazy. All the hills, mountains, and winding roads. I thought we were going to die a few times. Thank you, Lawson. Thanks
Nobody
for
would
Schumer.
be surprised.
Yeah. Thank you, Schumer, for nominating, and I'm glad I got to shoot a better buck than you.
Here we go.
So there's my my last
I've
moment.
been waiting on that.
I just had to rub it in one more time. So thank you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's felt like you guys have been Team Bob this weekend. It started out with Team Me when we were messing with him. This has quickly turned on me in a very bad way.
This didn't work out the way you thought it would.
I think it's just like Bob's so quiet, so whenever like he pokes the bear, it's like, hey, he does say something.
Yep. Absolutely.
Sometimes you guys say, hey, Bob, you sleeping over there?
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm on TikTok. But he didn't. Like, we sat in the blind, and, like, I would get on. Obviously, I was talking to you, Sam. I'd get on Facebook and look, and he is just stone cold. It's in his shoulder. He's looking. I'm like, you got to. So he finally takes a little breather. I'm like, relax, dude. Your arm's going to end up freezing up, and you can't move.
That's why the first night when we got in the stand, had the gun laying across the rail, and, like fingers here, and he's holding it, like, the whole time. I'm like, hey, you can just lay that gun here. You can relax. Yeah. As soon as I tell him that, a deer comes out. So then he gets up on it, and then we shoot, and then at first, honestly, we thought we missed, so we kept hunting.
Yep. So
we're still scanning. I'm watching the video, trying to determine what we got going on. I look up, I'm like, shoulder to gun again. Shoulder to gun again.
Yeah. He's like, that's what I get for taking it relaxed, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I wasn't even relaxed. I was like, I couldn't help it. I was just like looking straight at the camera. I'm like, I swear I hit it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. I just, like, my eyes were stuck there.
Yep.
But, yeah, that was.
Yeah, we're replaying the video over and over. And then, like I said, you have all these eyes on you. It's like, it was a good experience for everybody, really.
Oh, yeah. And for two people that have never hunted deer, they took this so serious, like the most serious I've ever seen. Like, we take it for granted. Like, we'll sit there and scroll on our phone or whatever. These dudes was glued to the guns in the field the whole time. Like, you know what I mean?
Waiting for that next one to come out.
That's it. That rush, you know.
Yeah. Robert said game of bullets. Well, thanks again, guys, for accepting the opportunity.
Yeah.
So that's a step in itself, going out strangers and,
It was a pleasure. It really was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for everything you guys did. And Lawson for cooking. Made some awesome food. I think our deers are now considered deceased. The vets cannot bring them back.
The deer's done. Your steak might still come back.
The steak, but I'm beyond grateful. Couldn't have imagined to have this great of an experience. So thank you guys. And
absolutely. Well, I'm going to take this time to go over the sponsors and some of the donors that we had for the hunt. And those were State Farm, Bill Garvey, Wallsburg, West Virginia, Hoot Camo, Brownlee Lumber in Wallsburg, West Virginia, and Prescarich Accounting were the sponsors for the hunt. And our donors that donated gear and supplies and other things was Robert Jones, Eric Kesler, Rytac Hunt Systems, Fieldcraft LLC, Isaac Knight, and many other silent partners. And with that being said, I can't express enough how much we appreciate all the donations and help we had to make this hunt possible for these guys. And I feel like that's the least we can do for you. You know what I mean? You guys gave the ultimate sacrifice and went and served our country, and we really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Yep.
guys.
Yep. Well, it was great having you. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up and see you guys on the next one.